The island leadership of Imna 38 na Legislature in Guahan is back from recess. We are in the second reading file. Clerk, please read the title of the bill.
Imina 38 na Legislature in Guahan, Island Leadership Day 2025 First Regular Session. Bill number 2025-38, IDL. An act to create a youth advisory council to represent middle and high school students to provide input to the legislature and government agencies.
On the bill, are there any discussions? On the bill, are there any discussions?
You don't have that bill?
Senator TJ, you are recognized.
Can we have a short recess so the clerks can pass out the bill?
We are in recess. We are back from session. On bill number 2025-38, are there any discussions? Senator Campos, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Colleagues, as a former student who deeply cared and still care about the future of our schools and our island, I'm proud to stand with you all today as a senator in support of the Youth Voice in Government Act of 2025. This bill gives students a real chance to speak up, not just in our classrooms, but directly to our government. We once walked the halls every day. We saw firsthand the challenges in our schools. We all have thoughts, ideas, and solutions to offer. This council gives our youth a seat at the table, not just to observe, but to contribute. This bill is a strong first step to show that youth voices matter and that leadership doesn't start when they turn 18. It starts when an individual chooses to care. I hope others will support this bill and help make sure the voices of Guam's youth are not only heard but respected. Let's work together for a better future, one where Manhoban aren't just part of the conversation, but part of the solution. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
You're welcome. Are there any other senators wishing to speak? Senator Balbastro, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Good afternoon, members of the 38th Guam Legislature and youth leaders. I stand before you today in strong support of the Youth Voice in Government Act of 2025. This is an exciting and much-needed step toward giving our youth a seat at the table in shaping the future of our island. The Youth Advisory Council will give young people a direct voice in matters affecting education, mental health, campus safety, and the youth programs, issues that deeply impact their lives. It is a recognition that our youth, the leaders of tomorrow, are an invaluable source of insight and should have an active role in the decisions that shape their future. Let's be real. Today, we are given the opportunity to shadow leaders of Guam, and I have the honor of shadowing Senator Borja. I am proud of Island Leadership Day. However, our youth shouldn't be limited to just one day, as we can be profound leaders of this great island every day. We should create ongoing avenues for youth to engage with and contribute to the legislative process. However, as we stand on the cusp of this important change, I must ask, why are we limiting this opportunity to only public middle and high school students? Why are we placing a cap on the voices that will be heard? Limiting the Youth Advisory Council to just public school students essentially puts a ceiling on leadership and representation. It closes the door on a broader conversation. It doesn't make sense to restrict such an important initiative to only one segment of the student population when we have an island-wide community of students with diverse experiences, challenges, and perspectives. The youth of Guam are not all the same, and neither are their educational journeys. Our island has a variety of learning environments: private schools, homeschooling, and online schools, each offering different opportunities and facing different struggles. These students too, as those of public school students, by limiting the Youth Advisory Council to only public school students, we are impeding the accessibility of leadership to a whole group of young people who are eager to make an impact. We cannot afford to cap or exclude leadership potential based on where a student happens to go to school. In fact, doing so would be a disservice to our entire island. If we truly want to empower youth and foster civic participation, we must ensure that the doors to leadership are open to every young person, regardless of the type of education they receive. We cannot afford to leave out a segment of the student population that may bring fresh ideas, unique perspectives, and a wealth of experience that can inform better decision making and policy creation. Instead of creating barriers, let's make leadership accessible to all youth in our community. Let's not limit it by putting numbers on it or categorizing students into labels based on the schools they attend. Let's assure that every voice counts, whether they attend a public school, a private school, are homeschooled, or learn online. Let's make the Youth Advisory Council a true reflection of the diversity of youth in Guam and give every student the chance to be heard, to lead, and to shape the future of our island. The youth of today are the leaders of tomorrow. The decisions we make now will determine the future of our island. And if we exclude some voices from this process, we are not preparing our future leaders to tackle the challenges of tomorrow. If we want our youth to succeed, we must provide them with opportunities to engage, to lead, and to participate in shaping the world around them. The Youth Advisory Council has the potential to be a powerful tool for change, but only if we ensure it is truly inclusive. Let's make this a space for all of our island's youth, because when we empower all of them, we are empowering the future of Guam. I urge you to support this bill and to amend it to include all students, private, public, homeschool, and online learners. Let's not put limits on leadership. Let's open the doors to everyone who has the passion and potential to make a difference. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Senator Balbastro. Do you have an amendment to offer?
Yes, Mr. Speaker. I want to amend Section 4 membership. So it is found here on 8, B, and C. So it says on A, the council shall be composed of 2 student representatives from each public middle school and high school. And we should replace it with the council shall be composed of members ranging from the ages of 10 through 25 years old. And under B, student members shall be appointed by school administrators in collaboration with student government organizations. So we must replace it with, on B here, students members shall pick up a packet by school administrators, village mayors, and other government organizations. Okay, so as is found here in the last one, which is C, membership shall be for 1 academic year with an option for reappointment. So we should replace it with membership shall last till they reach the age of 25 or have submitted a resignation letter to the superior officer. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
On the amendment, any discussion? Senator TJ, you are recognized.
Good afternoon, Senator TJ here. I support this amendment because I think it's important to hear the voices of every student, no matter the age. But I would like to also amend that elementary from kindergarten to the age of 19 should be included with this, and the charter schools should be also be recognized because they are part of the GDOE and they have the right to voice their opinion. Thank you.
You're welcome, Senator TJ. Any other discussions on the amendment? On- Senator TJ, can you clarify your amendment?
Um, what I would want to do is change the ages from 5 to 19, because the ages 20 to 25 can and are able to voice their opinion because they are legal adults. But elementary, they may not look like they have the capacity, but I feel they should be recognized. That's all. Thank you.
On the amendment offered by Senator TJ to the amendment, any discussion? Senator Balbastro, you are recognized.
I agree with you, Senator. So we should um, stay to 25 years old because we cannot be in the office for the Guam Legislature until we're 25 years old. Instead of 19, just leave it at 25 years old. Thank you.
Senator Balbastro, do you oppose the amendment?
I am to oppose the amendment.
We'll be taking a recess so that Senator TJ and Senator Balbastro will be discussing their amendments. We are back from recess. Senator TJ, back on your amendment, or to Senator Barbastro's amendment.
For my amendment, I would like to change it because I 21 should be the age limit for this bill, and 21 are able and are basically adults, and that is all. Thank you.
Senator TJ, from ages 5 to 21, that is your amendment?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
On the amendment to the amendment, are there any discussions? Senator Barbastro, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I support this amendment by Senator TJ. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Barbastro. Any other discussions on the amendment to the amendment? Senator Celestine, you are recognized.
I am Senator Siri and I support it. The amendment.
The amendment to the amendment? Thank you, Senator Celestine. Are there any discussions? Any other discussions? Since there are no discussions, any objections to the amendment to the amendment? So carry. Since there are no objections, so carry. Now back to the amendment as amended. Are there any discussions? Senator Barbastro, will you be closing?
I want to thank you guys for your support. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Senator Barbastro. Are there any objections to the amendment as amended? No objections. Order. Now, any discussions on the bill? Senator Kanata, you are recognized.
Day, fellow legislature. I rise in support of this bill to create a youth advisory council to represent middle and high school students and provide input to the legislature and government agencies. I strongly believe that the future of Guam deserves a voice. The decisions made now not only affect you and me, but future generations to come. I would like to amend this bill to include under Section 4, Membership A, kids with disabilities. I suggest having one youth legislature member per district. Kids with disabilities have a voice too, and they deserve to be heard just like everyone else. I also kindly ask the senator to be a co-sponsor of this bill. Caesar Asmasi.
Senator Kanata, can you clarify your amendment?
I would like to amend under Section 4, Membership A, to include kids with disabilities.
On that amendment, are there any discussions? Senator Balbastro, you are recognized.
All right, thank you, Mr. Speaker. So on this bill, um, so under Section 4, Article A, so instead of members, okay, so members, members, we're including people that have disabilities. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Balbastro, are you asking a question?
No, I was just clarifying, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Senator Balbastro. Are there any discussions on the amendment? Senator TJ, you are recognized.
Good afternoon. I would also like to say thank you for this amendment, but I would also like to add that the elementary and charter schools are not included. That is not really acceptable in my opinion for not including them, but including the disabled. So I would like to amend her amendment. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator TJ, the previous amendment did address your concern.
Thank you. I understand.
Thank you, Senator TJ. Are there any other discussions on the amendment? Senator Celestine, you are recognized.
I support including kids with disability.
Thank you, Senator Celestine. Are there any other discussions on the amendment? Senator Balbastro, you are recognized. Oh.
So, Mr. Speaker, this amendment, we just,
Senator Balbastro, this amendment focuses on disabilities and kids with disabilities.
thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Are there any other discussions on the amendment? Amendment to the amendment? Amendment to the amendment. No. Her amendment. Senator Kanato, would you like to close your amendment?
Thank you for your support. I would like to clarify that it would only be kids with disabilities in high school.
Vice Speaker Campos, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I support this amendment, and I ask my colleagues to support this amendment as well. And I would like to thank Senator Kanata. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Vice Speaker. Are there any objections to the amendment? Seeing that there are none, no objections, so order. Are there any other discussions on the bill as amended? Vice Speaker Campos, can you approach the dais?
Speaker Pangilinan, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I would like to express my support on Bill number 2025-38, that it opens many possibilities for many high schoolers, middle schoolers, and elementary schoolers from public to charter to private school, and for them to express their opinions or problems they may face in their own school. And that I would like to introduce my own amendment on the amended bill from changing on line 13, the council shall, from the council shall, to the council may. And thank you, that's all. So I would like to change it to may so that there is an option for students to participate, not be forced, and that if it is shall, then the council cannot be formed, and changing it to may will give it creation for the council to be formed, and that it's flexible for many students on their own end. Thank you.
There's an amendment by Speaker Pangilinan.
Is there any, to change the word from shall? To change the word shall
To change the word shall
to may?
to may.
Any discussion?
Any discussion?
Seeing none, Senator Pangilinan, would you like to go?
Senator Pangilinan, would you like to close?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Would any of my colleagues I would like to ask my colleagues for their support. Thank you.
So on the bill as amended, any other discussion? Just say on the bill as amended.
On the bill as amended,
Any other discussion?
is there any other discussion?
Is there any objection?
On the motion to
Amend.
amend, is there any discussion?
No objection.
Is there any objection?
Hearing and seeing none. Hearing and seeing no objection.
Hearing and saying no objections,
Motion passed.
the motion passes.
Get it? Senator Pangilinan, Speaker Pangilinan recognized.
Speaker Pangilinan recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I would also like to change the bill's title by removing an act to an act two. By changing it from an act to create a youth advisory council to represent middle and high school students and provide input to the legislature and government agencies. That is all. Thank you.
There's an amendment
To strike an act.
to strike and enact to enact.
No, an act. You just stop right here.
An act
Two.
to.
Okay.
Any discussion?
Senator.
Senator Balbastro,
You're recognized.
you're recognized.
Right. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I would like to amend the title. Instead of representing middle and high school students, we should replace it with the youth of Guam. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Balbastro,
Say we need to dispose of the amendment made by Speaker Pangilinan.
we need to dispose the amendment
Made by
made by Senator
Senator
Pangilinan
before addressing
before adjusting
your.
yours.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I withdraw my amendment, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Senator.
On the Pangilinan amendment.
On the Pangilinan amendment,
Seeing here no seeing here any objection? Any objections to the Pangilinan amendment?
any objections to the Pangilinan amendment?
But there being none,
There being none,
so moved. So moved.
so moved.
Okay, Senator Pangilinan again.
Senator Pangilinan,
Speaker.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I would like to also amend lines 10 to 11 by changing under the office of the Speaker of the Guam Legislature to under the Committee of Youth Affairs or its equivalent of the Guam Legislature. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
To change
there's an amendment to change
from under the office of the Speaker
from under the office of the Speaker
of the Guam Legislature
of the Guam Legislature
to the committee
to the Committee on Youth.
To under the Committee of Youth Affairs or its equivalent of the Guam Legislature.
On the amendment,
Any objection?
any objections?
and seeing none, so moved.
Here and seeing none, so moved.
So on the main motion,
So on the main motion,
on the bills,
On the bill number 2025-38 as amended, are there any discussions?
Mr. Speaker, I'd like to move the bill to the third reading file. Thank you for voting. Thank you.
Senator Lee, you are recognized.
Go ahead again.
Oh, Mr. Speaker, wait. I'd like to move the bill to the third reading file. Yes, for voting. Yes. Thank you.
On the motion to move the amended bill number 2025-38 to the third reading file, any objections? No objections, so order. Any other bills to discuss? Senator Cruz, you are recognized. Senator Cruz, you are recognized.
Mr. Speaker, I would like to move my bill to the third, Bill 2-38 to the third reading and discuss.
Please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and good afternoon, colleagues. Before I go over the bill, I would like to talk a little about my background and how my experience inspired me to draft this piece of legislation. This year, I won the 47th Guam Island-wide Science Fair. I created a software using artificial intelligence, more commonly known as AI, that could help read chest X-ray scans in under 1 second. I built it because I wanted to help doctors and hospitals save time and save lives. And now, however, because of federal grant cuts, things become increasingly difficult. Programs, internships, and fellowships that helped students like me, and among other high schools and middle schools in Guam, are being shut down or canceled. Take, for example, the International Science and Engineering Fair, or ISEF, which provides a significant contribution to students' college applications, up to $100,000 in scholarships, can move projects into a science committee where it can develop and improve the entire science committee, and give Guam representation. That is why I wrote this bill, the STEM Opportunity and Advancement Act of 2025. This bill would create the Guam STEM Advancement Fund. The fund would support students who would want to take their projects to the international level. It could help pay for travel to science fairs, fund internships, and support programs, help teacher attendings, and so much more. It's about making sure students from every village and every school have the same shot at success. This bill also creates the Guam STEM Advisory Council. This group of educators, experts, and community leaders would help guide how the fund is used so that it is fair, transparent, and focused on helping students grow. I believe Guam has some of the brightest minds anywhere. We just need to support them. I wrote this bill because I want every student to have the same chances I will have this year. I want the next big idea from Guam to go all the way, no matter where it comes from. Thank you, Speaker.
On the introduced bill, are there any discussions? Any senator willing to discuss the bill? Seeing that there are no discussions, Senator Cruz, are you willing to close the bill?
Thank you, Speaker. I hope this bill would support the STEM opportunities in Guam, to the students, and eventually to the future of the entire world, such that any student that hopes to pursue healthcare, or become an engineer, or become a physicist, a mathematician, will eventually contribute not just to Guam, but also represent Guam and represent the entire world. So through this fund, that will allow that to happen. I would like to move this bill to the third reading.
On the motion to move this bill to the third reading file, are there any objections? Seeing that there are no objections, so order. Any other? Senator Celestine, you are recognized.
Hello, Mr. Speaker, members of, I don't know how to pronounce this, but I am Sharian Celestine. I move this place a bill SS-38 to the third reading. It is relevant to create a school uniform discount voucher program for low-income students in public and charter school. This bill shall be known as the School Uniform Discount Act of 2025. Mr. Speaker, school uniforms are a daily requirement for many of our schools, and while we promote equality, discipline, and unity in our school, they also cause family already struggle to meet basic needs. The cost of the school uniform can become a financial barrier to full participation in school, and parents struggle who must choose between necessary expenses. Through this bill, we seek to make a school uniform discount voucher program by the Guam Department of Education. This program will provide eligible students, those who meet the qualification under the National Students Lunch Program, SNAP, or medical. With this voucher worth up to $100 per year per school year to affect the cost of school uniforms. Thank you.
Senator Sherian, are you asking for your bill to be moved to the third reading file?
Yes. Yes, I did. To move it to the third reading.
Before that, would you like the body to discuss on the bill?
Yes.
On the motion to move the bill to the third reading file, are there any objections? Any discussions? Senator TJ, you're recognized.
I would like to support this bill because as a Chamorro here on Guam, I do and my family do struggle with the cost of uniforms, as do the rest of my family members, aunts and uncles. I know many people that struggle with this, so I would like to support this with all my heart. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, Senator TJ. Are there any other discussions on the bill? Since there are no other discussions, Senator Celestine, would you like to close your bill?
Mr. Speaker and colleagues, I ask you for your support on this bill for our students and our family. Thank you.
On the motion to move this bill to the third reading file, are there any other objections? Any objections? No objections, so order. Senator TJ, you are recognized.
I have a question for you all today. I would like to place a bill under bill number TJ dash 38 on the third reading file to discuss.
You may proceed.
An act to establish in-living working shelters to at a closed school GDOE. I would like to ask you guys all today, do you or any family members struggle with finding a house to live or struggle with payments on time? Do you see these people, friends or family members struggle with this? In this bill, I will talk about the how we can help our community with with um, their way of living. This bill will help the less fortunate and the struggling with low income. The shelter will provide safety, food, and different necessities. While at the same time, they will be working for their living in these closed down GDOE schools. Uh, Section 1, the Guam Department of Education shall operate a closed school as a live-in work shelter to benefit the assisted individuals struggling with homelessness and cost of living. Individuals shall be allowed to live in the designated closed school, provided that they are employed as GDOT maintenance workers. GDOT shall employ these individuals for a certain period of time up to 1 year and shall not be charged rent to provide living quarters in the closed schools. Individuals may apply for extensions after the com- completed of 1 year of employment. GDOE shall develop housing rules for individuals living at closed schools and individual unable to work in GDOE maintenance may or shall assess and maintenance of operation in closed school be used as shelter. Thank you.
Are there any discussions on Bill TJ-38? Senator Celestine, you are recognized.
I support this because I always see people roaming around the streets and it will help them.
Thank you, Senator Celestine. Are there any other discussions on Bill TJ-38? Senator Cruz, you are recognized.
Thank you, Senator. I rise in opposition against this bill. While the intent to help those is indeed commendable, the specific approach raises concerns that we should address. First, these closed sites represent our future educational opportunities for Guam. Our student population fluctuates and our educational needs evolve. Locking these schools, these GDOE schools, properties into a fundamentally different use could limit our ability in the future to adapt and change the buildings we have for future educational uses. And it isn't just about an empty building, it's also about safeguarding our capacity to educate future generations. And we should also consider the sustainability and suitability of these converting these school buildings into actual long-term living and working spaces. Because these schools are designed with specific needs in mind: classrooms, cafeterias, playgrounds. The infrastructure required for residential living would require plumbing, electrical systems, ventilation, and may eventually be inadequate and require extensive costly renovations. Finally, we should not ignore the potential impact on the community surrounding these closed schools. These are usually residential areas, and introducing live-in work shelters could lead into increased traffic, noise, and other concerns that could disrupt the quality of life. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Cruz. Are there any other discussions on Bill TJ-38? Senator Kanata, you are recognized.
Hafaday, fellow senator. I have a point of information for the author of this bill. Who is going to pay the power and water bill when GOE does not have any money? Do you have an estimate on how much this would cost monthly? I know GOE is already asking for money to pay to repair the schools that are closed. Do you know how they intend to pay for the power and water of these shelters when they can't even pay for the repairs of their schools? Thank you.
Would the author of the bill yield to the question?
As in the, thank you, my colleague, for saying this. These GDOD schools that are currently being closed will convert to solar powered. As in for the water and all the other appliances, they will have to work to get this all together as in the community in the shelter. And that is all.
Senator Kanata, does that satisfy your question?
Yes, I'm satisfied. Thank you.
Are there any other discussions on Bill TJ-38? Seeing that there are none, Senator TJ, would you like to close this bill?
Yes, I would like to close this bill, but I also like to say that the these GDOCU's schools that are going to be used, that these schools that are going to be closed, that these schools that are going to be used are already planned to get closed. That is all. Thank you. Please support my bill. Thank you.
Senator TJ, would you like to move this bill to the third reading file?
Yes, thank you.
Are there any objections? Seeing none, so order. Are there any other bills to consider? Seeing none, we will be taking a 1-minute recess. We are now back from recess. We are in the third reading file. On Bill Order. We are now in the third reading file. On Bill 2025-38. Clerk, please read the title.
Bill number 2025-38 IDL, an act to create a youth advisory council to represent middle and high school students and provide input to the legislature and government agencies.
Roll call.
Senator Belbastro. Your response would be yea or nay.
Yay.
Senator Belbastro, yea. Senator Camacho.
Yay.
Senator Camacho, yea. Vice Speaker Campos.
Yay.
Vice Speaker Campos, yea. Senator Cruz.
Yay.
Senator Cruz, yea. Senator Lee.
Yay.
Senator Lee, yea. Speaker Pangilinan.
Yay.
Speaker Pangilinan, yea. Senator Kanata.
Yay.
Senator Kanata, yea. Senator Celestine.
Yay.
Senator Celestine, yea.
Bill number 2025-38 received. 8 yeas, 0 nays. Bill number 2025-38 is duly passed by the body. We are now on the bill ALC-38. Clerk, please read the title.
Bill number ALC-38, introduced by Alexander L. Cruz, an act to establish the Guam STEM Advancement Fund to support science, technology, engineering, and mathematics STEM activities for students in Guam, to establish the Guam STEM Advisory Council, and to authorize the Department of Administration to administer fund disbursements.
Roll call.
Senator Belbastro.
Yay.
Senator Belbastro, yea. Senator Camacho.
Yay.
Senator Camacho, yea. Vice Speaker Campos.
Yay.
Vice Speaker Campos, yea. Senator Cruz.
Yay.
Senator Cruz, yea. Senator Lee.
Yay.
Senator Lee, yea. Speaker Pangilinan.
Yay.
Speaker Pangilinan, yea. Senator Kanata.
Yay.
Senator Kanata, yea. Senator Celestine.
Yay.
Senator Celestine, yea.
On bill number ALC-38, received. 8 yeas, 0 nays. Bill number ALC-38 is duly passed by the body. On bill number SS-38, clerk, please read the title.
Bill number SS-38, introduced by Sherry Ann Celestine, an act to add a new chapter 56 to Division 5, Title 17, relative to creating a school uniform discount voucher program for low-income students in public and charter schools in Guam.
Roll call.
Senator Balbastro.
Yay.
Senator Balbastro, yay. Senator Camacho.
Yay.
Senator Camacho, yay. Vice Speaker Campos.
Yay.
Vice Speaker Campos, yay. Senator Cruz.
Yay.
Senator Cruz, yay. Senator Lee.
Yay.
Senator Lee, yay. Speaker Pangilinan.
Yay.
Speaker Pangilinan, yay. Senator Kanata.
Yay.
Senator Kanata, yay. Senator Celestine.
Yay.
Senator Celestine, yay.
On bill number SS-38 received. 8 yeas, 0 nays. Bill number SS-38 is duly passed by the body. Bill number TJ-38. Clerk, please read the title.
Bill number TJ-38, introduced by Senator T.J. Camacho, an act to establish live-in-work shelters at a closed GDOE school.
Roll call.
Senator Balbastro.
Yay.
Senator Balbastro, nay. Senator Camacho.
Yay.
Senator Camacho, yay. Vice Speaker Campos.
Yay.
Vice Speaker Campos, yay. Senator Cruz.
Nay.
Senator Cruz, nay. Senator Lee.
Nay.
Senator Lee, nay. Speaker Pangilinan.
Nay.
Speaker Pangilinan, nay. Senator Kanata.
Nay.
Senator Kanata, nay. Senator Celestine.
Yay.
Senator Celestine, yay.
Bill number TJ-38 received. 3 yeas, 5 nays. Bill number TJ-38 is duly failed by the body. We are now finished with the third reading file. The floor is open to brief extension of remarks. The floor is open to brief extension of remarks. Senator Balbastro, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I just want to say thank you for you all to be here. Thank you for the opportunity for supporting this bill and all the bills that we made. All right. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Bipa, Guahan.
Any other brief extension of remarks? Senator Celestine, you are recognized.
Thank you for that. Yeah.
Thank you, Senator Celestine. Are- Vice Speaker Campos, you are recognized.
I'd like to thank the body for today's legislative session and for supporting Island Leadership Day 2025.
Thank you, Vice Speaker. Are there any other brief extension of remarks? Senator TJ, you are recognized.
I would like to say thank you to all my colleagues, but I would also like to say that for those who did not support my bill, I would hope that you guys will understand further on in the future. Thank you.
Speaker Pangilinan, you are recognized.
I would like to say thank you for the successful mock session on this beautiful Island Leadership Day, and with the flow of things, with bills being passed and not passed. There may be ups and downs as long as the outcome is income. Thank you all. Viva Guam! Senator Kanata, you are recognized.
Thank you to the legislature for having us today. This has truly been an honor and a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Any other brief extension of remarks? We'll be taking a recess so that we may be setting up for the presentation. We are now back from recess. Can I ask my youth colleagues to please line up with me at the front? On behalf of the youth representatives, we would like to present these certificates of appreciations to our senators for your contributions to Island Leadership Day 2025 in providing an impactful legislative experience with invaluable insight into the legislative process and for promoting civic engagement and leadership. Please come up, Speaker Frank F. Blas Jr.
Please come up, Vice Speaker V. Anthony Atta.
Please come up, Senator Sabrina Mazzanoni.
I would like to call Senator Vincent A.V. Borja to the front for a representative. Thanks.
I would like to call up Senator Christopher M. Duenas.
Thank you so much. It was an honor.
I would like to call Senator William Parkinson to the front.
I would like to call Senator Chris Barnett up.
I would like to call Senator Therese Chalahi. Hey, hey, let's go, Miss.
Senator Lee, you are recognized.
Mr. Speaker, I rise to make this motion to adjourn Synod. Oh, yes. This session, Synod.
On the motion to adjourn, yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. On the motion to adjourn this Youth Leadership Day session, Synodi, of, are there any objections? No objections, so ordered.